The default init method for a view controller has a signature that looks like this. If you look in your old programs, you'll see that you've used it to make the red, green, and blue view controller appear. So, in order to use the model, capital M, O-D-E-L, our data structure, we need to have a new init method with a new signature and just add a parameter here for the model. Then every time you make a view controller, you send it the model. Let's look at the .m file for that. Here's an example. Init with nib name, model, and there's the important line, model equals the model. So you take this reference that is passed in and store it in a data member. That means that in this view controller .h, there should be a data member called model. And there it is. Also notice you need an import line for it. So now, regardless of the size or complication of your data structure, if you always name it with this name, capital M, O-D-E-L, then you can pass it to any view controller and use any part of the data structure. Notice, as a little sideline here, I made a new group and put all of my model classes inside of that group. Just a way to organize things. Again, there's a flat file structure, so it doesn't really matter, but helps the humans keep things organized. I've got a simple model here, just 3 cars, and there's the init and description, couple of methods. I can get a red car or get the name of a green car. You might add lots of other methods, and here's a simple car class. So let's look at how to call the constructor for the view controller. We'll go inside of ViewController.m, and maybe here's our red button. When you click the red button, this should alloc and init a red view controller. And notice, it has our model that's passed. That's the only difference between what you've done before and this new part. Add the model. So every single time we make a view controller, we'll pass that. In fact, in the appdelegate.m, I added a line here. Before, there was a line just calling the default init with nib name, commented that one out, and added a new line, remarkably similar, except for now it passes the model. The model has to be created in the first place somehow. Oh yes, there it is. Model equals model alloc init. And that should initialize everything. So there's only one time in your entire program when you have a line like this. And that'll be when this program first starts. And this method, in fact, is called application did finish launching with options. So in the app.delegate.m, you alloc and init the model, and from then on, every time you make a new view controller, you pass the model. So for instance, let's look back in ViewController.m. when we say, click the blue button. There, alright, we're going to have a blue view controller, alloc, init with nib name and model. So every time you do an init with a view controller, pass it the model. That means anywhere in your program you can use anything that's available to you in your data structure, and it's nice and simple to pass all of the parameters. That's it for now.